What's up guys, Panther fans and Cowboy fans who just happened to click on this video. So as we all know, the NFL just completed its free agency pretty much, and we just completed the NFL draft. So we got a good idea of what the rosters look like in the NFL, and so I decided that, hey, you know what, I got nothing better to do. I might as well do a video series kind of predicting how the Panthers do compared to their schedule. Now obviously we're barely underway in the training camp, and it's like, how can you even predict what could possibly happen? But you know what, as a Panther fan, I'm gonna just do my best to do an unbiased review of what I think could possibly happen in the game, who would be the winner, who would be the loser, and I hope you guys watching will feel free to shit on me completely for being wrong or whatever. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now right off the bat, I can't help but notice how similar our defenses are. You got two extremely capable D-lines, capable of getting pressure on the quarterback and getting sacks. You've also got two extremely injury-prone, all-star inside linebackers, right? And then you add to that, both of our secondaries are extremely young and talented with potential, but inexperienced. On the offensive side of the ball, both the Cowboys and the Panthers are run-heavy offenses with mobile quarterbacks. The difference being, however, obviously that the Cowboys are able to create crazy open running lanes, right? Between, especially on that left side, between Tyron Smith and Leo Collins. The Panthers on the left side got Matt Holding Khalil, a giant question mark left by Andrew Norwell, and Ryan Broken Neck Khalil. So who's better? Now, like I said, it's impossible to predict what's going to happen in the NFL because of any given Sunday, right? So I'm going to break it down into 5 factors that I think will be the game deciders. Now, the biggest deciding factor, in my opinion, in the outcome of the game is going to be in the battle of Matt Khalil and DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence is the Cowboys' best pass rusher, hands down. That dude is insane. He's got a high motor. He's going to get pressure on the quarterback and get sacks every single down. Not sacks every single down, but he's going to get constant pressure, alright? And if you have a shitty left tackle like Matt Khalil and you line up DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side, on the right side, dude, Cam Newton's going to be getting pressure and getting sacked almost every single play. It's going to be ridiculous, alright? We need a better solution at left tackle, and until we do, I don't see how we hold up against the likes of DeMarcus Lawrence unless we're double teaming him constantly, running 2 tight end sets. Because Matt, honestly, he just got molested last year against the really good edge rushers like Vic Beasley and Cam Jordan especially. Oh my god, Cam Jordan had his way with Matt Khalil last year. Stop that. Stop eating toilet paper. I'm really hoping that Matt Khalil can come in and improve his technique, but unless he has a stellar season like he did his rookie season, I have no reason to believe so, and that's the reason that I think that this is going to be the #1 deciding factor. Now my second point is, Cam right now has more weapons than he's ever had in his entire career. He's got 6 guys, 6 pass catchers with a 4-4 or better between McCaffrey, Damiere Byrd, Curtis Samuel, Torrey Smith, Jarius Wright, and our newest weapon, DJ Moore. Now, Dallas' secondary, while coming into its own last year, I think they're just going to have trouble guarding all of these weapons, and then you throw in the big bodies like Devin Funchess, Greg Olsen, who's always able to get open down the seam, and our new Ian Thomas. It's like, who do you guard, man? Now, I'm by no means underestimating them. I really believe that the Cowboys secondary has potential. Between Chibote and Awuzie, he runs a 4-4-3. He's a great press corner. He's a great man coverage corner. And Anthony Brown, he's not bad either. But honestly, in my opinion, with the loss of Orlando Scandrick, I think they have a real lack of veteran leadership on that secondary, and I think that is going to be a huge point in deciding the outcome of the game. Now for my third point, despite our secondary matching up well with the Cowboys, in my opinion, with the loss of their more household name weapons, we still have 3 starting DBs that have never played a snap of Panthers defensive football, 2 of them being rookies. Honestly, be prepared for mishaps in zones, missed coverage assignments, because honestly, these guys haven't developed their chemistry together. It's inevitable. It's going to happen on week 1. And it's on week 1 that you want to tackle these things and see what went wrong. Given that, you add to the fact that Dallas's line is more than likely going to give Dak Prescott a lot of time, and he's going to roll out and use his legs a lot. He's going to be able to pick apart our secondary, and it's going to be frustrating to watch, okay? But it is what it is. it's inevitable. Now this brings me to my fourth point, and that is Thomas Davis's 4-game suspension, which I actually think will be a plus, given the fact that he's kind of been regressing the past 2 years, and I think Shaq Attack Thompson is ready to take his reps. Now Marquise Haynes will also probably get a couple of reps at the outside linebacker spot, him being a rookie. Now with our solid linebacking core and our run-stuffing defensive line, I think that we can really hold the Cowboys to under 100 rushing yards. It's what we've been great at for years, and I think this won't be any different. However, I really think that we got to watch out for those screens, because the Cowboys have some fast, athletic, big offensive linemen, and if our linebackers cannot shed their blocks, then Zeke is going to be able to take this to the house every damn time, alright? Now for my fifth point, I'm going to go back to 2015. When we played the Cowboys back then, we managed a whole 1 sack against their offensive line, alright? And that was when our D-line was arguably the best it had ever been. And that 1 sack came against their O-line on an outside linebacker blitz. So, I mean, I don't know if you can really even count it. Obviously, it's still a sack, but it's not like our defensive line got to him. Now, our line is improved with the replacement of Star Lotulelei with Dontari Poe at the defensive tackle position, so we're definitely going to be getting more pressure up the middle at the very least. Spit in the camera. However, Mario Addison is another year older. Our defensive ends are relatively improving between Marquise Haynes and Deshaun Hall, and Julius Peppers is as old as my grandfather. It's going to be difficult getting the pressure on that young, talented line, not to mention the fact that when we played them in 2015, we had the immobile Tony Romo, right? And now we got rolling out Dak Prescott, who's great at buying time with his legs, and that line is going to give him all the time in the world to do so. Even if they don't have as many big name guys as before, losing Des Bryant, Jason Witten obviously, they still have their super underrated guys like Ryan Switzer, newly signed Deontay Thompson, and obviously Noah Brown, and oh, how could I forget Allen Hurns and Rico Gathers, of course. Now, if we can't bring the pressure constantly, those guys are going to get open, and Dak Prescott is going to. Now, based on those 5 facts, who do I think will win in Week 1? My unbiased opinion honestly has me leaning towards the Cowboys. And now, before you Panther fans hate and berate and dislike and never look at my videos ever again, hear me out, please. I really think our offensive line is going to have trouble facing Dallas's pass rush, especially given how bad Matt Khalil is at left tackle and our huge question mark at Andrew Norwell. Like, what are we going to do with that guy? Like, we got 4 guys this year as undrafted free agents and in the 7th round in this year's draft, trying to see who can compete for that starting guard spot, but they're still rookies. They probably don't even have their old man strength yet, right? And it's going to be really hard to replace a first-team All-Pro starting guard who played 100% of the snaps. You don't replace a guy like that. You just kind of see if you can mitigate the damage done by his absence. Now, rushing on that D-line isn't going to be easy either, given that we just lost our premier power back for the past decade, and his reps are more than likely going to be replaced by Cameron Artis fucking Payne, right? Now, I'm not trying to say that he's trash or anything, but he's relatively unproven. He's only gotten like a flurry of carries throughout the years as like a relief back. I'm really wondering if he has the capacity and the capability to carry that load of carries and be the complement back to Christian McCaffrey. I also think that our secondary is just inevitably gonna have the slip-ups that I mentioned earlier. Now, you add in the fact that Dak Prescott is more than likely gonna have a lot of time to throw if our pass rush can't get to him, and he's going to pick us apart by the air through his legs. Now, I'm not saying they're going to destroy us, okay? This is going to be a two-sided affair. All I'm saying is I think that on both sides of the ball, they beat us at the line of scrimmage, and that's just being brutally honest. And this despite the fact that we have home field advantage and starting out the season at home for like the first time in, what, 7 seasons or something? And I hope you guys enjoyed my unbiased review. Leave a dislike if you did hate it, you Panther fans, and if you did like it, leave a like. Make sure to subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do, and I will see you guys in the next video.